Hey guys, welcome to Mr. Smith's Kitchen. It's Thursday. Normally we bake on Thursdays. But today, you may notice I didn't get a dinner video out yesterday. I did shoot one though. It was a creamy chicken and garlic Alfredo pasta. It's quite delicious, but I did not get time to get it edited. It's just been a crazy couple of days, and I didn't get a chance to research anything to bake this week. Reason being is because I had about 40 pounds worth of tomatoes come in, and and over the last week off the tomato plants out in the garden, and there's probably 50 pounds more out there to go still, but I wanted to get them processed and I just ran out of time. For those of you that are friends with me on Facebook or a part of the group, you already know this, but I had put out a post saying that we hopefully we'll be starting the mortgage process on this house this Tuesday coming up, and I've been pretty much every penny we can save throughout with our paychecks we have, but I've been trying to compensate with that by putting all my profits from cakes and pies that we've been selling towards the down payment and first month's mortgage, so we can show that in the bank when the FHA starts the process, which will hopefully be this Tuesday. And so I've been busy over the last week making just a bunch of pies and cakes and some cookies and a cheesecake and just all kinds of cool stuff. And if you're one of those people that ordered from me, thank you. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much that means to me. And I know, at least from the comments I've gotten back via text and messenger, everybody seems to enjoy their stuff. I've never really had, I've yet to have a complaint. Well, I have one sort of, but I mean, that's whatever. They said that the crust ring on their apple pie was just a little too thick for their liking, but it was good. So, a little bit of both, compliment and criticism. But because of that, yesterday I made up 15 jars of Rotel, along with finishing up a cheesecake, and I shot yesterday's dinner video, but I just did not get a chance to edit it by the time it was said and done. I started salsa yesterday. The salsa that we make, which, not to brag, but is some pretty amazing salsa, it takes 2 days to make. No matter how big of a batch or small of a batch you do, it takes 2 days to make. You have to chop up every vegetable, and then let it all sit. Once you get all your spices and everything in it, you have to let it sit overnight in the fridge, so that way everybody gets to know each other in the pan, so to speak, or in this case, a pot, and learns to play well together. And it basically marinates overnight, and then we got to process it the next day. Well, this morning, even though I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I had to finish cutting up vegetables it was 4:30 this morning. I was cutting vegetables and getting that all done, and by the time I got to the grocery store, came back, made 2 key lime pies, and now I've got the vegetables on the stove, so I never have gotten around to doing any kind of dessert for the day for a video. But I really missed you guys this week, so I wanted to let you know what was going on. But like I've said in most of my videos, there's never a guarantee I'm going to get videos out in any given week. We are a very busy house with full-time jobs and kids and all that other stuff, so it does make it a little challenging. So next week you will get to see the creamy chicken Alfredo. It's a creamy or Cajun chicken and pasta, creamy Cajun chicken and pasta, and it really is just out of this world good. I'm really excited for you to see it. And I think next week for dessert, we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to do a butterscotch pie, which I've been trying. I've been wanting to do a butterscotch pie forever, or I've been working on a kind of a Nutter Butter recipe for a cheesecake. Only it's not just Nutter Butter. Sorry, I have a friend who's wanting to plan the salsa. It's like a Nutter Butter and a Nutty Buddy, the Little Debbie treats, the wafers and peanut butter with chocolate covering them. Kind of a mix of that done as a cheesecake, and I think it'll be all right. And I'm writing the recipe for it this week. I don't think it'll be hard, but by any means. But I really want to try it with you. So that's probably the one we're going to end up running with. Right now, here, let me show you. I've got the salsa running here in the pot, and this is a 12-quart pot, and I've got about 7 quarts of salsa in there, and right there it is. And all those vegetables I had to chop by hand. There is a total of 16 cups of tomato in there, which is roughly 20 pounds, roughly. And the Rotel took 14 pounds of tomatoes, or 12 pounds of tomatoes. But this will make me 12 pint jars of salsa. So yesterday I cut up the first 8 cups of tomatoes, and then it gets 2.5 cups of onions, 1.5 cups of bell peppers, a cup of jalapenos or a pepper of your choice. This particular batch, which I made last year, it has jalapenos and Hatch chilies in it, both which are from Hatch, New Mexico, and it's the only place they're grown is in that one little town in New Mexico. Their soil is very unique, so it gives a pepper an outstanding flavor, and it's not the spiciest pepper in the world, but it does have a bit of kick. And this particular salsa, which I think I have a video for, although if our memory serves me, it was one of the very first videos I did, and it's not a very good video. And I really would like to try doing some of my canning videos over again, my processing videos. But this particular batch here is 12 pints. Last year I made 48 pints of salsa, and they were gone in 3 months, 4 months. Some people bought them, some people I just gave them away. My salsas and stuff I've never actually sold, but I give them away, and if people want to give me money for the stuff that's in them, great. Now, this year, like the Rotel we made, I got 15 jars of it. Now, here, we were watching some supermarket or chef cook challenge thing on the Food Network, Chris was, and they had mentioned that a can of Rotel was $1.79. Now, here in Ohio, it's only $1.36, but before the recession hit, it was only 99 cents. But here's the cool thing about it. I have jelly jars, which are 8 ounce. Rotel cans are 10 ounce, so I'm 2 ounces short. But they literally cost us 8 cents a jar to make. So I got 15 jars of Rotel, and they didn't cost $1.20. So they didn't even. I got 15 jars for less than the cost of 1 can of Rotel at the grocery store, and it's the same things in it. You know, it's tomatoes, it's peppers. I don't remember what else is in it. Yeah, and this salsa is the same way. The salsa, we already own the jars. Lids are right around 20 cents a piece for them, but I buy lids every time I go to the grocery store for our cans. That way I know we don't run out, because when the pandemic hit and everybody had to stay home, you couldn't find a lid or a jar to save your life. So, and it was something I hadn't thought about prior to. For all the stuff that I prepped to be ready for an emergency, that was one thing I didn't think about. So this go around, anytime I go to the grocery store, I go down the storage aisle in the not the grocery area, but the housewares area, and I pick up a pack or two of each size lid, the standard and the wide mouth. That way, sorry, I got water boiling outside, so we can water bath this when it's ready. I have to let this boil for 10 minutes. So, but anyhow, that's what I've been doing this week, and it's just been really busy between making cakes, working, and then now processing stuff from the garden. I hadn't had a real chance. Like I said, I did a dinner video for last night, but then I completely got sidetracked and was thoroughly exhausted by the time I got done cutting up all the tomatoes and stuff from yesterday, and knew I had to get up early today. So it never got edited. But that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. So next week you'll get to see the chicken and pasta dish that I did the video for. I really want to try that peanut butter cheesecake. There's three things I want to do for dessert. So over the next 3 weeks, you will see a butterscotch pie. You will see this Nutter Butter / Nutty Buddy cheesecake, and then my friend George at work. Well, he's not just my friend at work; he's my friend. He sent me a message about a strawberry shortcake cheesecake that looks out of this world. I really want to try that too, and get that there. And that's what we'll be doing. We'll do one of those 3 next week, and then whatever we don't do next week, we'll do the week after and the week after that. And we'll still, of course, do dinner. But I also want to show you, like I said, I'm going to try to start videoing processing. So you guys will probably get to see a much better video for canning salsa. It'll be more detailed, not nearly as long. I've been collecting meat, if that's a thing. But the local grocery stores around here, when they have meat that's on its last leg, on the last day before they can't sell it anymore by their company policies, and they mark them down to manager specials or whatever, I'll buy it. I don't care what it is. I'll buy it because we can make something out of it. But the freezer's getting a little full on pot roast. I'm out of hamburger canned up, out of chicken canned up, and I've got a fair amount of chicken also. So we're going to at least can some meats over the next couple weeks. I'll show you guys how to make the salsa. I'll show you guys how to make the rotel. Because like I said, I think the videos I have out are old and not very well done. I mean, not that any of my videos are professionally done, but, not very well done all the same. And so we'll get into that. Plus, there's a beef and mushroom gravy that goes over rice that we can that I want to show you guys. I have a friend of mine on Facebook who is very curious about canning. A lot of my friends are very curious about canning and processing. And these are important skills to have, even if it's just canning vegetables. And then if all goes to plan with the house over the next couple of weeks, and we can sign on this house in the next 3 weeks. They said it could take up to 30 days, but I'm hoping on 3 weeks. We're going to start building back in the New Beginnings garden again. I'm not going to plan anything else, but me and you will be back here putting in new boxes for the spring and taking a look at. I've got a friend of mine, she's given us some blackberry bushes that she doesn't need anymore, so I'll go over and get those, and we'll get those planted. We'll talk about where to plant them, things like that. And I normally those videos don't usually do as well as far as watches go, but it's okay, because I am all about food. I am all about growing a good neighborhood. That's for certain. But one thing my channel has always been about is allowing the future generations of my family to get to know me, get to know what I'm about, and to teach them things that are basics, things we should know. Everybody should know how to grow their own food. It saves you a ton of money, and in today's world, that's needed. Every penny saved is a penny that can go towards, bills or gas or, groceries that we can't grow. Unfortunately, they don't make plants that have steak and chicken on them. Although that would be cool if they did, right? Um, so to be able to grow your own garden and be, you know, self-sufficient in that aspect is amazing. And of course, if you grow a lot and you do it well, you're going to need to have places to keep them. Like my tomatoes, I'll probably end up with 100 pounds of tomatoes before the end of the season. Well, what if I didn't know how to process? What was I going to do with 100 pounds of tomatoes? You know, we don't barter and trade here, so I couldn't do that. I'll can them. You know, I will make the rotel, I'll make the salsa, we're going to make spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce, we'll do chopped tomatoes, we'll do stewed tomatoes, we'll do crushed tomatoes. You know, we'll do all that and stick it down on the shelf so we'll have it for the winter. I know here in Ohio, I don't know about your state or your part of the world in some cases, but here, at least in Ohio, winter can be brutal and there's times you don't get to leave your house. You know, so you may not be able to get to the store, or like during the pandemic when I had to stay home for 2 weeks. You know, what would we have done without, you know, for groceries? Well, we had them because we can and process. So, I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that. But anyhow, so over the next few weeks, you'll get to see some canning videos coming out. So there will be some weeks where you'll see 3 videos a week. Well, at least I'm going to shoot for 3 videos a week. That I mean, it's going to happen. But next week we'll do the chicken dish. We'll do one of the 3 cakes or pies, and then we'll move on from there. But I wanted to let you know what was going on and why the videos didn't get put out this week. All the same, and I wanted an opportunity to just talk to you and say hi, tell you I love you, and I love you very much. And don't forget to tell somebody that you love them and love them very much. You know, and yeah, we can take it from there. So anyhow, I do love you, and I will see you next Wednesday for a creamy Cajun chicken pasta and one of 3 cakes or pies. All right? I love you. I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.